Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast, where a microphone malfunction threatens to derail the programme before it even starts. A nation's hopes are raised.
Hello? Where's your levels?
What happened there?
I don't know. Where are you?
What? I'm here. What happened there?
We
Something
can't
happened
hear you.
there.
We hear you now.
What happened? Something... Did the thing go off?
Do you need Ken?
That's all right. Ken was here a moment ago. I think he stepped on something. I'm not quite sure. Can you hear me now?
Your seat is sinking. Put your
Is it
seat
all right?
up.
It's all right, okay. Sorry about that. Something happened there, but it's okay now, apparently. Anyway, hello, good morning. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme, this is Gerald Michael Anderson, and I'll be here until 12 o'clock. Mr. Coyle will be here also, unless he's whisked out. There now follows a review of last night's BBC series Frozen Planet, which then degenerates into a scurrilous and libellous description of Belfast's nightlife. The presenter may never again be allowed back to Bradbury Place, and not a moment too soon. He's on the ice floe again, and he just gets on the ice floe, and he's completely exhausted, and he hasn't enough energy to get away from the lip, and his wee feet are hanging out.
His wee tail.
And the killer whale just goes up and just
You just see
quietly.
it come up ever so slowly.
It's me telling the story. It's me telling the story.
But I'm excited about
I know
it.
you're excited.
But you weren't telling about the big snout coming up out of the water.
Just
as
very
it's
slowly.
slow, like in slow
and just
motion.
just like putting
come up
your...
and say-
Will you stop telling the story when I'm telling the story?
Janice now telling that she didn't even see it.
She's telling the story and she didn't
She's
see it.
dead.
Anyway, the scene is on, and the camera's looking into its eyes, and the wee seal, its eyes are going, Jesus, boys, that's me hammered now. That's what the seal's saying. Jesus, boys, that's me hammered now. And you just see the whale comes up and just takes it by the tail,
And ever so slowly.
pulls it into the water.
I wonder, was it as slow as that? Was that slow?
No, it wasn't slowed down. Wasn't slowed down.
Think not?
Because the whale was in no hurry, because he knew he had the seal.
They
Once he
take
has
him
the
down,
seal in
they
his
drown
mouth,
him
that's
down,
it.
down, down,
I'll
down.
stop telling her. I'm telling her myself.
What about the wolves?
I didn't like them.
No, I didn't like them either. I don't like wolves.
Anyway,
But what about your boy?
I
What
prefer
what about your man?
who's
I
that?
thought about you.
Who?
Oh, you want to see him? Oh, his man. The big polar bear. That was you. That was you.
I'm a polar bear.
Aye, that was you. This polar bear, you see, this polar bear, and he wants to get married, basically. You know what I mean, Janet? And he's out.
He's tired. He wants to sleep with another polar bear.
You see, he wants to get married. And
How's your bear? Is your mother still working?
And he smells a girl, if you know what I mean. You know, he gets the scent. And he's tracking her down.
Oh,
And
this is me now.
This is you, aye.
Right.
And you can see, and he comes across her footprints in the snow, and he follows her footprint, putting each foot into her. You know what I mean? Exactly. And he eventually catches up with her. I thought about him, you see. And then he does all the old, how you doing? God, what are you doing here?
Love
God,
your pelt.
gee.
Lovely pelt. Where'd you get that? Did you get your pelt?
Do you come
done
up round
recently?
here often, do you? I haven't seen you up round here in years. All those
What
stuff.
have you got done to your pelt? It's great.
You know,
God,
he's-
you're so white. Did you use a wee dye on it? Who did you go to?
He's doing all this, you see. But then another boy comes along. Another boy, you see. And he wants on the act. And
Has he
then
got
I
a car,
thought about
has
him.
he?
He goes fighting. Fighting. And the blood. Oh, he fights all these boys. Like, you're not getting near her. You're not getting near her. All this business. And I just thought about him. I said, that would be him. And then what does he do then, Janet? When they go away and she takes him away up the mountain. Up there. And you know what I mean? How's your father? Is your
sleep
mother
together.
still working?
Yes.
Yeah? They slept together for a
How's
wee
your
bit.
pelt?
How's your pelt?
Is your mother still working? But you know, you could transfer that to human behaviour. You
And
know,
then she gets word back from the hospital that she's pregnant.
yeah.
And once he hears she's
Gets a
pregnant,
letter, does she?
She gets a
Polar
he-
bear gets a letter from the hospital.
You see,
It says, call in.
He says, that's it. And you see, and I just said, that's Anderson. That's Anderson there now. And away he go. He went away looking for another one. Then
How do you see? Once you
all
get
blood.
his work was over there. His work was done there. Do you know you could transpose that to human behaviour? Imagine Bradbury Place in Belfast on a Saturday night. You're the polar bear, and you're looking for signs that a woman has been there, right? So you see an empty bottle of harp on the pavement, and you go over and you look at it, and you see traces of lipstick around the you see, and then you go, a woman here. And then you see, you follow the book.
Oh, that's lovely.
No, you follow
Girls
the-
in Belfast will appreciate this.
You follow the book into Lavery's.
Oh, Larry's will be. Oh, lovely. Aye.
And then you see a butt on the ground, you lift the butt and you go, white woman, smoke butt. White woman, smoke butt. And then you go up and she goes, what about you? And you go, lovely pelt. Geordie Tuft has been learning how to capitalise on his newly acquired sobriety and fame. Contracts with Rolex and Chanel are being discussed as we speak. In the meantime, he's landed a new TV aerial.
Good news.
What's the news?
Well, you mean you're saying we'll be back on, or the church tune will be on at Christmas?
Yes, our little animated series is coming back, on the
Well,
air. Yes.
My area blew down in the storm, Mark, 2 or 3 months ago.
Pardon? What was that?
My aerial of the television.
Oh, yes, your aerial has blown down in the storm a couple of months ago.
And I had no TV.
Right.
But a young man, Ryan Burns from Tullyleash, he heard about my plate.
You mean you couldn't watch Sketchy?
What?
You couldn't watch Sketchy?
I couldn't watch nothing.
God. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, Ryan Burns from Tullyleash heard about my plate, and he landed up the other day.
Yes.
Up on the roof.
Up on the roof.
And fixed the whole lot.
Did he? And have you got a good reception now?
Yes, I know I can get 8 stations.
8 stations?
Yes, and you know, I says, now, how much I owe you?
Uh-huh.
He says, Geordie, nothing. I says, what? Nothing.
A gentleman.
He says, tell that
Tube.
friend of yours, Jerry Owens, he's not the best on the radio, he's simply the best show.
Oh, great.
And just tell him and mention my name, and that'll pay me quite sufficient.
What's his name again?
Ryan Burns.
Brian Burns or Ryan Burns?
Ryan Burns.
Ryan Burns.
R-Y-N or something. Ryan.
Is this what Ryan does for a living? He fixes TV
He's
and
a
stuff.
television engineer.
Well, I hope the world will beat a path to his door.
Well, now, wasn't that nice? There's good people out there, Jerry.
I know there is.
There
And
definitely is.
Yes,
like.
I've always been aware that there are good people out there.
But I tell you, he says, tell that Jerry Onson, he hasn't got the best show. He's the simply best show.
The presenter's musical past is resurrected now, stirring up happy memories for Coilus Interruptus, a fan of the Chessmen show band. Little do the public know the pain that we musicians went through for a pittance of pay and a ham salad. This is what caused me to lose my faith in the general public. Do you know the way people assume that the general public is always right? And that there's a certain degree of intelligence that always operates.
But
I used to think that too, but it's not true.
Can I just say before you tell the story, can I just tell you that as a punter,
yes,
we thought it was great. You understand? We thought that when this guy went up and he played this big heavy rocking sound, like a guitar, and all the dancing stopped. And everyone gathered around the stage, and we were all walking, and we were all standing. We were looking up at you guys on the stage, and this guy was going mad on this guitar, and it was great. The drummer was going crazy, and we were all going shaking our head, and we thought, wow, we were playing these air guitars, and everything, and we thought it was the greatest thing ever. The Chessmen, you want to hear the guy, the Chessmen playing that. And then he would take the guitar off and he'd throw it down the stage and he'd walk off. And then and you guys would keep on playing. And then he'd come back and he'd pick it up. We'd all clap and cheer. Yeah, this guy's fantastic. Thought he was the greatest guitar player that ever lived.
Do you know how that started?
No, that's what I want to know. Yeah.
That started because we used to do that instrumental, saber dance.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Anyway, I can't remember what it was. Anyway,
That's right.
Anyway, one particular night, the guitar player, and I won't name him because it's not fair, had a lot to drink before he went on stage. See, and I was standing beside him.
Yes.
And he said, I'm going to nick off for a pee.
Right.
I said, you better not, because they're going to call saber dance now in a minute. He said, tell him not to call it. So I went over to the band leader. Yes. And I said, don't be doing saber dance yet. He wants to go away for a pee. He said, he can't do that because you weren't allowed to go off the stage for a pee. You weren't allowed to do that. That's one of the things you're never allowed to do. Never allowed to leave the stage. Because once you start doing that, there may be one guy left. You know? So you are not allowed to go off the stage to have a pee. So I went over. I said, don't be calling saber dance because your man's hefted over there. He said, all right. But I could see the glint in his eye. So he walked up to the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for so-and-so, saber dance! And the guy beside me went, Eloise, shite. And he was really in a bad way. And the number lasted about 5 minutes, you see. Right, yeah. And he was really at the point of peeing himself, basically. So he cursed, and he went out and he started to play saber dance. He went out the front. And what we used to do was we used to play saber dance and then he'd go out and do all this stuff and then come back in again. Yeah. So what happened was that he was playing for a while and it got too much for him. And he realised he was going to pee himself.
Right. So and a lovely band suit.
And he took off the guitar and he just threw it down. And he said, oh, the hell with that. And he went off the stage and had a pee. And we went, what are we going to do? and the guitar was left lying on the stage, and it started to jump up and down. And we said, we better turn it off. And then we noticed the people going up going, "Way!"
I was one of them.
And we realised they were clapping.
Yeah.
And I realised then at that particular time that the audience were not clapping the band, they were clapping the electricity board. Geordie Tuft's reputation as a latter-day St. Francis of Banbridge is growing with each day. Is there any more room at the inn for the waifs and strays of the animal world?
Does Geordie want 3 roosters?
I don't know.
There's a caller in Warring. Oh, is it? It's Warringstown.
Warringstown.
Warringstown is it?
Yeah,
Warringstown.
that's
Sorry.
it, yeah.
Warringstown. You've got 3 roosters to give away if Geordie wants them.
How do you give away a rooster?
Well, a lady had 2 yesterday. There must be
Nobody wants them.
a glut. That's the word I was looking for.
A
Janet.
glut of roosters?
Yeah, a glut of roosters, Janet said. There's a
Good,
glut
Janet.
of-
Good,
Aye,
good.
a glut of roosters.
That's a glut of roosters. I must write that phrase down. It has a ring to it. Lo and behold, in the
Janet said
fields of
Emer.
Athenry, there's a glut of roosters in the sky. I walked along the stony hills and said to myself, I forgot my pills. Word of the Besanters' forthcoming New York adventure has spread across Ulster like slurry. Words of advice on the hot spots to visit are much sought after and are freely available.
Don't send him to the place he took me, anyway.
Where was
Don't
that?
send him there.
Have you Alan Hansen sitting in your
The
studio?
waitress.
He was here a moment ago, but he's
Yeah.
gone now. He might be
The-
back in a minute. I
The
don't know.
waitress. Remember the waitress? She had no clothes on, like, you know. Remember?
Oh, that was I brought Sean to a club called the Pink Pussycat, where the waitresses weren't wearing any clothes at all.
Aye, where's that? That's more like an...
They've closed that down. That was before they cleaned New York off. I never went back to it since. I'm
And
not
that's what
interested.
I was going to ask you too. Will the Christmas lights be up?
Yes, they will. I liked New York when it was dirty. It's no good now. It's all full of people with Apple laptops and iPhones, all sitting drinking orange. It's no good. I liked it when it was dirty.
How long's Kieran going for?
How long are you going for, Kieran?
I'm going on Saturday and come back the Thursday.
Would you be there, Jerry?
No, I won't be. Yeah. No, I won't be there. I'm coming back on the 18th or 19th, I think.
Right.
Just
time
before our
that
concert.
well.
I'm coming back the day before our
Is
concert.
Kieran going on with a
Why
group of...
are you going, Kieran? Just for a holiday?
Is he going with a group of blokes, or
Will you hold on a minute?
what?
Are you going with a group of blokes, Kieran?
No, I'm bringing the wife.
Oh, you're bringing your wife? Well, I'll tell you,
I see,
don't go to
definitely.
Granny's Village
No.
and don't go to anywhere. Bring
Aye,
her.
but I can go there on my own. Ditch her one night.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.